It was mostly peaceful, chaotic, but mostly peaceful chaos. I took my shoes off. I got ready with how I was feeling. I ate the apple and lost myself to paradise. But the thing they don't tell you is that it's your body that leaves your soul, not the other way round. You can literally feel your heart stop beating. And it's not even that strange. You know what's going to happen, but you aren't angry that you do know. And in fact, the fact that you do know gives you some secret feeling of bliss. And it's not in any way diminished when that thing that you know is going to happen does eventually happen. That's how I felt. I felt happy in a secret way. Naked, obviously. Angry that I could hear voices. But really, I was at peace with everything. Just me and my slowly slowing heart and a crowd of faces asking me for my name and what the date was. And whether or not we were in a time of national crisis. I don't know. Kindness is so strange. But shame doesn't really capture the feeling, you know? How it felt to be in front of them like that. Blinking like a cat who just found out the mouse he's been trying to kill for the last 10 years just ate his last piece of cheese. The only strange thing was that I could see anything at all, let alone their faces. I definitely wasn't supposed to be seeing anything. Dimitri had promised me I wouldn't. I felt very, very cold. It gets cold up there in the winter. Even colder if you've got nothing on. I remember saying that I hadn't taken much, which was a lie, of course. They were all looking at me like I was the perfect example of everything that was wrong with men in general, and my generation in particular. Why was the first thing I said when I came back an incredibly obvious lie? I guess that says a lot about me, doesn't it? God, it was miserable. I remember them asking me if I had anywhere to stay, and me pausing for way too long, while knowing that the answer was obviously no, and then saying no, and how terribly quiet they all got standing there, staring at me on that very cold winter morning. This one goes out to the concept of luck. That pure blind luck that makes the women's netball team walk back a different route around the meadows. A route that takes them past whatever I was at that point. That kind of luck. Monica brought that fact up to me later, while I was lying in her bed, trying to figure out if there was a way to intercept the suicide notes I had mailed to 10 different international news media conglomerates. She said, a little too triumphantly I think, that if she hadn't ordered that 8th round of shots, then they would have left early and I wouldn't have been there. And that if she hadn't decided, in her, as I was soon to discover, classically whimsical way, to lead the gang after that 8th round of shots back around a different way just because she felt like it, then she wouldn't have found me at all. She found that that was all very relevant. So do I guess. When we slept together that night for the first time, I saw stars. It was beautiful. So yeah, this one goes out to luck. And drunk, mad women.
niggas all on my shit. I'm too raw. Boss, I'm all but who the hardest? I just don't know. But who the hardest? The hardest.
Go in the flames like Sodom and Gomorrah.
But who the hardest? I don't know. But who the hardest? The hardest. But who the hardest? Yeah, jealous motherfuckers, how the fuck is? But who the hardest?
Great electronic ears have enabled man to listen for electromagnetic signals from the farthest objects in the universe that have so far been detected. Great electronic
It's a way of having ideas that come from the sky and worried about us powerful. They're going to step in and prevent us from destroying ourselves. We very well mind. And yes, have it the cloak of science, so that no one can say nonsense that doesn't match science. It's all very pseudo-scientific.
With the bass and the breakbeat behind us, and light minds surrounding the mic. No spotlight, waiting for the elements to align. Chronologically, I'm in line, peacefully, respectively. I'm waiting my time in my presence. Some anticipating, some hating, but mostly well-equipped MCs that be contemplating. It pleases me to take note of those worthy, the ones who ain't worried to dig down deep and get their hands dirty. In the earthy topsoil that we tread on, we'll get through this dusty planet. Can't stand the fact that people be claiming territory when all I know is my gravity, is my music. We choose music, embrace, utilize it. In my midst, at least between musicians, provides an immunity and creates a joint community. It's always a competition, someone's on a mission for the best. Scratch, cry, lump, paint, pop, beatbox and break, rewind. Ultimately, you decide what's at stake. Surrounding me is what it takes to rise above. Rather than shove my rival, I give love to my equal elements. We're all different bodies, but we're still the same people. Surrounding me is what it takes to rise above. still the same people. Around two turntables and a mic abounds many who don't look alike. Puerto Rican, black, white, Japanese. It amazes me that we all could be well-versed and well-equipped MCs. Choosing to express ourselves verbally, ideas being churned out, some being released diabolically, transcending what we are viewed as vocally. We mutate our world, melts into poetry. Moving through this earth, the crowds of bad attitudes. Amidst the swollen heads, I still enjoy solitude. Choosing to speak clearly, if I speak at all, I'm carving out every word before I let it fall. My art is my only task in life. Rhyme with me, enjoy some metaphysical exercise. No need for any proof, our art is eminent, holding more worth than truth. All surrounding me is what it takes to rise above. Rather than shove my rival, I give love to my equal elements. We're all different bodies, but we're still the same people. All surrounding me is what it takes to rise above. Rather than shove my rival, I give love to my equal elements. We're all different bodies, but we're still the same people.
You had to or die. 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 You had to or die.
Light as a feather when I'm floating through, reading through the daily news, measuring the hurt within the golden rule. Centimeters of ether, I'm heating the speaker. Motivational teacher with words that burn people. Singing the headlines, lined with discord. It's either genocide or the planet in uproar. Never good. The rules in paradise are never nice. The best laid plans of mice and men are never right. I'm just a vagabond with flowers for Algernon, an average Joe who knows what the fuck is going on. It's the hope of my thoughts that I travel upon, fly like an arrow of God until I'm gone. So drifting away like a feather in air, letting my words take me away from the hurt and despair. So I'm keeping it vertical, forever elevator, riding the escalator to the something that is greater. So I'm drifting away like a feather in air, letting my soul take me away from the hurt and despair. So I'm keeping it vertical, forever elevator, riding the escalator to the something that is greater.
Taking chances, word tap dancing with wolves in an ice arena out there deep in the woods of Arizona. The sun be out, life's ironic, ain't it? Trying to be Dali when I write surreal life, I painted vivid. Habitat crazy, insane. Watching propaganda, 6 o'clock news and insane. Cultures clash, all black folk and white trash. They rebel in the cyberspace and might crash. Dash to millennium, a million miles are running. At the speed of now, bound no return gunning. Rambo style, gun hold, child gunning. Ambo plow, 2 times loud, stunning.
Stunning when it hits ya, lift you off the earth like, hey yo, take you right back to earth. And niggas wonder why, they might wonder why this shit might happen, but it does. It go
drifting away like a feather in air, letting my words take me away from the hurt and despair. So I'm keeping it vertical, forever elevator, riding the escalator to the something that is greater. So I'm drifting away like a feather in air, letting my soul take me away from the hurt and despair. So I'm keeping it vertical, forever elevator, riding the escalator to the something that is greater. Treat you better than me, cause that's the heavenly
Where can I go? And what will I do? How can I go on and live without you? But where can I go and find me a place? Oh, wherever I go, I still see your face. I know that I'm not on my own. So many
I'll bring you 10-ton girl for
Most of this homegrown rain, bonafide. What you hear, 'tis the sound of pain. But the pain leads to gain, so we dare not stagnate. We elevate to that next state. Motion divine, glisten like crystal ball and stand tall with this knowledge and overstanding. Enterprise landing, bringing them new brands above. Yes, we come proper, we potencies. Ain't no blood in my body, it's liquid soul in my vein. I dance on the tin line of sane and the range, and it's all crisp. Once I get neatly in the cipher, trap like picnic to the pipe of the pied. As this natural mystic blows through the air, these lessons of life become crystal clear. Precision of my vision is idle. Separating shocks from the blessed is vital. Now I can smell a rat coming from a mile around the corner. One time I warn y'all, twice you catch cough, no, we won't stop with you, D. You satanics, you fools can't recruit me. Not now, out there. Movements for mech, typhoons brew. Strong ankles, them will still coast through. Movements for mech, typhoons brew. Strong ankles, them will still coast through. Left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right.
Most of the music over on the radio or TV that I like the tunes because I really couldn't understand what they say. I may have heard of them, I cannot really distinguish, like you said, this is country music, this is rock and roll. That I can little bit differentiate, But the one you are telling me, if you are playing two different music and just ask me which one is which, I cannot tell you, because I really don't know what's the difference,
I slap the bacon out your mouth, dance upon your sonic, rolling with your regiment. God bless army, how the hell you going to stop this tide from steady coming? Running kitchen tune with the element, says speed, we proceed. Traction for action, hot 125. Government boots get dashed to the side. Too rank, too snide now. Oh, that they try to disguise, I can still recognize devil works when I see it. We got disciples, keep we God's friends. Always out of hate for what them we got to defend. It's being for that crack, ain't no one's attacks. We might run home and smoke a brown bag of seed. Best believe that these times is treacherous, and I know not how else I'm supposed to act, but stand close. Codes and roots fight. See me getting dead with that two-step shuffle. Haggling up pursuit for the cause. Raining with that roots type terror. Figured on your weak-hearted error. We build, move, improve that we don't suffer fools. Movements for mech, typhoons brew. Strong ankles shy, them will still coast through. Movements for mech, typhoons brew. Strong ankles shy, them will still coast through. Left, right, left, right, left, right. Left, right, 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 left. Right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. Movements been back, typhoon move. Young ankles shy, them will still coast through. Movements been back, typhoon move. Young ankles shy, them will still coast through. Left, right, left, right. Left, right.
casino accidentally. There's so much I still want to do. I want to hit the road with you again. Rome, Paris, London, Cairo, Cape Town, Bangkok, Hong Kong, Los Angeles. Bangkok again. Cartagena for ceviche and a swim. I want to watch you sleeping and get high off how beautiful you are. I don't want this life anymore. I don't want to see that big black dog in the corner of my room every night. I want to tan naked with you right next to me. Also naked. I want to feel peace. I want to see you in the black dress again, with your hair up, looking at me, telling me that you think we shouldn't pay for the meal we just had because it really wasn't very good. It's time. My head hurts, but I know what I have to do. I need to stop being cool and start being hot. I need to mix the blue with the yellow. I need to call her back. I know what to say when the robot asks me for my name. I know that love is the only thought and pain is the only feeling.
That ride victims haven't changed peak and still ride with them. Watch me. To be a leader requires for you to follow first, unless you're natural born, know about things and how it works. myself after I learned what I needed to keep succeeding. Marching to the snares of a victim's heart beating as I'm seated in the maximum, riding to where complete is. The strength of persuasion was only promoted through tweeting. Then I'm like, damn, look at these people chilling. I'm thinking of starving artists, the only reason for all of this. Feeling like a leader, if that's what you wanna call it. I'm confident, so I don't consider myself modest. Dallas to Austin, Houston, we out in triangle offense, leading by default. And this follow the road I built on a blank sheet for Austin, writing from my mind. The only time I follow is when I like her from behind. Other than that, I'm leading, and you can just follow like we tweeting. I learned not to follow what they speaking, but what I'm thinking wouldn't know much if I wasn't a sponge and let it seep in. To be a leader requires for you to follow first, unless you're not, you wanna know about things and how it works. To be a leader requires for you to follow first, unless you're not, you wanna know about things and how it works.
Time to move on, can't freeze, cause I'm blessed with a gift from God I can't seize. As my thoughts manifest into words, I lay a speech upon the minds of the bonded and trapped in the sleep. Take a journey with me into my dream and see my nightmare. I can hear footsteps, but when I turn around, nobody's there. Spooky voices penetrating my ear with the smell of decay in the cold night air. I feel the fear so cold. To the life that I chose, make me feel as though confusion watch the stars in my soul. You can call me Osiris, call me the Prince of Peace. Watch me resurrect a phony MC and set them free from a fantasy. You could dream more than I'm born. Many women like ISIS with miraculous conceptions bring us up to a venture-minded one who's coming on. In the mind of another, I've been living a long word. And it's symbolic meaning, contained within my flow. Always deeper concentration, never out of control. Give me space, I'll elevate within this room as I come through. As I come through. From the Baptist at Jerusalem Slim. One night as I laid, I had a vision. An amber-colored man sat on the throne out in the distance. His feet was like cold when he spoke. My mind glowed. Said don't take me to where physical body could never go. From day to night, from dusk to dawn. Had my mind thinking things I never thought of before. From the floor, water, reaching up to the sky. See the knowledge that they left in my mind would never die. Then let it be my natural force, so watch me shine. Unclassified third eye to be my guide. And there's symbolic meaning contained within my flow. Always deeper concentration, never out of control. Give me space, I don't know within this room as I come through. As I come through.
trip to carry extra baggage. I can imagine it's too much to manage for most. The boarding pass doesn't guarantee the passage. And I'm just weighed down with carry on, which really makes it unbearable to carry on. You know that I'm the type of dude, if you got a load to bear, I'ma help you with your bags too. What you shouldn't do, but I learned it from my mother. See, there's nothing that she wouldn't do. And I wonder why I get overburdened cleaning everybody else's shit. Excuse my wording, but when my back is hurting, flirting with a herniated disc, I start wondering if it's worth to take the risk to allow others' problems to become mine. A smarter man would've learned it after one time. Now I care less. Yeah, it sounds funny, but I'm less stressed. And I learned to take it easy, take it easy, take it easy. Used to care more, now I care less. Yeah, it sounds funny, but I'm less stressed. And I learned to take it easy, take it easy, take it easy. So I became selfish in a good way. Making myself happy makes for a good day. You could say that's more helpful than I've ever been. And now we're all better off. And it's what you call a win-win. You feed a man a fish and he eats today. You teach him how to fish, he can pull his weight. And that's real talk. This is real life. And I can still walk because my load's still light. I resolve to not get involved in another's mess if we won't take a step at all. Try to look up the answer before you ask me. Can't at least do that and look past me. If I spent the time on me that I spent on others, how much better off would I be? We're gonna see now. Here we go. Now I care less. Used to care more. Now I care less. Yeah, it sounds funny, but I'm less stressed. And I learned to take it easy, take it easy, take it easy. Used to care more. Now I care less. Yeah, it sounds funny, but I'm less stressed. And I learned to take it easy, take it easy, take it easy.
C'est là où tu te mets le doigt dans l'œil, justement. Tout ce dont on peut m'accuser, c'est d'avoir hébergé un fugitif. Je n'ai tué personne et je n'ai pas l'intention de tuer qui que ce soit. C'est la camelote maintenant que je vais. Va la chercher.
Non, je te dirai où elle se trouve et c'est toi qui vas y aller.
Espèce de sale petite crapule.
T'énerve pas.
Où est l'héroïne?
Ah non, pas si vite. Je vais prendre quelques garanties d'abord.
Quelle garantie?
Ah, je t'en prie, Justin, qu'est-ce que tu crois? Que je suis tombé de la dernière pluie? Suppose que je te dise où est l'héroïne, qu'est-ce qui t'empêchera de me tuer
It's the only groove with a very keen sense of how very, very short life is.
So lead me to the
there's a time and a place to let your mind drift and get out of this place. I believe there's a day and a place that we will go to, and I know you wanna share. There's no secret to living. Just keep on walking. There's no secret to dying. Just keep on flying. There's a time when the cord of life should be cut, my friends. I believe there's a time when the cord can be cut and this vision ends. But I'm gonna die in a place that don't know my name. And I'm gonna cry in a space that don't hold my name. Just keep on flying. God knows you lonely souls. 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 Yeah, 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 yeah. I'm a lonely
Why does my heart feel so glad? Why does my soul feel so glad? Why does my heart feel so glad? Why does my soul feel so glad? Why does my heart feel so glad? Why does my soul 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 feel so glad? Why does my Why does my soul feel so bad? Why does my heart
woken up one day and realized that everything you thought you knew was wrong? That every single decision you have ever made in your entire life was also wrong? Well, I have, and it feels really good. You don't need to sleep in your bed every night. The street is just as comfortable. Life is not all, you know, funky shit and funny faces that you pull in the mirror. It's deep, but it's not that deep. The blue skies are for good vibes. The grey skies are for when you want to die. There is nothing darker than the sunlight when your eyes are closed. Trust me, I know, I wear my sunglasses in the shower. And I'm starting to feel a whole lot better. Life gave me love and I made life out of it. My head hurts, but my heart knows the truth. I've remembered how to laugh again. I've become irresistible to the people to whom I want to be irresistible. I know that love is the only thought, and pain is the only feeling. I know now that everything will work out for us. We will occupy spaces. We will make sounds. We will go absolutely fucking crazy. We will think thoughts that will be thoughts we would have never imagined we could think. Not in any past that any thought of ours could ever reach, but thoughts whispering the first glimpse of a future where somebody, maybe you, maybe not, but somebody in a high, bright place, somebody wondering whether or not to jump, decides at last that the only thing left to do is dance.
Does my heart feel so glad? Why does my soul feel so glad?